Idea City, a free public festival by the new museum seeking to host discussions on climate change in the Bronx, was protested and shut down by local activists at Concrete Plant Park.
An organization that has nothing to do with the Bronx or any history with Concrete Plant Park came in, decided to do an event. They didn't reach out to anyone who was around, involved, or in the park presently or in the past, and was planning to have a discussion about climate and the Bronx without people from the Bronx who are working on environmental justice historically. So residents found out, organizations found out, pushed back, pulled out of the event, and we had protesters come and interrupt their programming.
The shutdown and protest of this event also stemmed from several other issues. Shalene Rodriguez of Bronx grassroots group Take Back the Bronx explains.
This area where Concrete Park is located is in the middle of a contested area, much like we saw in the Jerome Avenue area with that rezoning. One of the ways that they're able to make areas that these nice folk are more affluent folk are not so afraid of is to bring museums and bring arts initiatives in. It makes it difficult because a lot of us are artists. I'm actually an artist. I'm an art professor in CUNY. I'm an art professor at SVA. I'm an artist, but I understand what it means also to be a tenant. And I understand what it means when the city is utilizing the arts. Real estate is big bucks. It's the way. It's the number one way that the ruling class move their money. That means all of the areas that used to be poor, not cool, your South Bronx, your Compton, South Central LA, all of these areas that have always been like the margin, where there were no resources, there were nothing, now are interesting.
Several days before the Bronx edition of Idea City, participating organizations and panelists withdrew, stating their own reasons on social media, citing lack of hyperlocal inclusion in the creation of Idea City and more. New Museum has also provided BronxNet with this statement following the cancellation. Within it, an apology and hopes for future collaborations providing productive dialogue, debate, and healing in a challenging and divided world. The community members leave organizations with the following statements.
We're out here, we're volunteering, we're organizing, we advocating for safer streets and safer spaces. We're doing what we got to do. We going out and trying to hold elected officials accountable. If folks want to come into our spaces, public spaces, they need to contact and have touch with the locals.
You see us yelling, you see us hostile, you see a lot of animosity and cursing and all of that. And it's so easy to fall in line with this idea that, we're like ravaged animals from the Bronx. They don't know what we're talking about. But you can see what I'm saying in the built environment. It's very easy to see it. New Museum, along with the Museum of Modern Art, along with a lot of these institutions, they know when they come into the Bronx, when they come into areas that are vulnerable to the market, what they're causing. They know this. And so I don't know if our people know that. But you know what? Take Back the Bronx and Hydropunk and, like many others this is what we do. We want people to understand that it's time to knuckle up and it's time to join forces and work together.
Reporting for BronxNet, Sanji Lopez.